bags, moved out to LA, moved the entire band.
Not knowing we were going to live there for the 8 years that we have.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been in LA for 8 years?
Has it been 8 years?
Yeah, this guy Rodney Bingenheimer, he's a DJ out there. He said, come on out.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. He said, come on out, you gotta play a show. I play your song on my radio show in LA, and we'd heard of him, you know, 3,000 miles away, we knew who he was, so we said, well, okay. And we went, and we just ended up staying.
That's so cool. And you guys have a huge fan base in LA.
Sure.
And with every album you have 7 albums, 7 studio albums?
17, I think.
That's what I...
Actually, I think
18, 9
not
and a half?
including the fan club and live albums, I think it's like 5, right?
Yeah, official 5 Dramarama studio albums.
5 Dramarama studio albums. With every one, you guys get bigger and bigger, and you build more of a fan base. But last year, with your smash hit Vinyl, people in great numbers got to hear 2 big songs from you, Haven't Got a Clue and the Little Earth Day song.
Yeah.
So, is that okay with you?
That song?
Yeah. The success, the way that the success is built, or would you have rather had, like, all of a sudden, first album, boom?
No.
It's really, we're lucky.
That's the worst thing that can happen.
Because then the second album is like, what are you gonna,
where do you go
you've
from
already
there?
sold 1 million, where can you go from there?
Yeah. So you guys in REM, building...
Slow, gradual.
Perfect.
Climb.
Well, that's, you know what? If I were in Dramarama, that's the way I'd have it.
The Dramarama.
If I were in the Dramarama, but I'm not. I'm on the MTV. And your new album, Hi-Fi, Sci-Fi, excellent album. We'll talk more about that a little later on. And we're going to show your first video from that album called Work for Food.
Cool.
All right.
Shown in a movie theater near you.
Movie.
So we're going to show that in just a little bit. That's coming up, I don't know, in a while. Right now, I'll let you do it, Chris. Tell them what it is.
Well.
9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails.
Head like a hole.
He didn't even give me a chance.
I didn't think you could.
Well, there was 2 things on there.
Singer. Chris is the bassist, but when you recorded the album Hi-Fi Sci-Fi, you guys put on a couple more hats. You were also...
We put on our producer hats.
Exactly. You got to produce this album for the second time, I understand, because you produced your first album.
By ourselves. We've always had, like, co-producing credits on all our records, because we kind of know what we want it to sound like, but we don't know how to work the machines, the knobs and the dials and everything, so we're always at the mercy of an engineer type guy. Yeah. And plus, the people who paid to make the records, they always want, like, a little insurance policy, so they say, well, you can kind of produce it, you can co-produce it, but you can't produce it. But now this time they let us.
Is that like kind of driving a car? Like sitting on your dad's lap?
Yeah.
It's a little more serious, Gabby, than that. No.
Sorry, Chris. I take that back.
We learned how to work a few knobs this time.
So did you guys actually engineer? Did you have the manual sitting in front of you?
He's, John's just being shy. We actually can,
work
make the thing rewind.
Hit the accelerator.
And fast forward. Yeah. 0
You have to have 2 figures, 1 for play, 1 for record.
Well, he uses 1, and I use the other.
That's
as a team. That's where the whole partnership thing comes in.
You also, John Easdale, singer of Dramarama, produced an album for a band called Greta, I understand.
Yes, it will be out shortly, I think like September.
What was that like, working with another band?
Well, I saw these guys playing at a club, and I said, you guys have got some great songs, and I'd like to take you in the studio and do some demos. And I did, and then their manager, got it around and turned it into a bidding war, and they got the big megabucks deal, and they asked me to come back and be the producer because they just loved the magical feeling I got on the demos.
Excellent.
I guess. I don't know.
So Clem Burke stopped by the studio when you were producing Greta's album and stuff?
Yeah.
Sandwiches,
Clem Burke he stops by all the time. He's the only one in our band. He's our drummer. He's the best. He's the greatest drummer in the world, in case you've never seen him play. But
he's a master showman.
He didn't go to Wayne Hills with us. He didn't go to Wayne, New Jersey. He didn't go to the same school as us, but he is our drummer now, and I think we might even be seeing him soon.
Maybe.
On this show?
There's a chance.
There's a rumor.
No.
I was reading the Post this morning, and it said Clem Burke might be appearing and showing up secretly, surprise us.
Wow, that's better than F Troop. Oh, wow. Cool. Well, so
I don't know.
all I gotta tell you.
Say something about television show. What?
Go on.
Chris Carter?
Sorry.
No, we've got Work for Food, your video coming up.
Oh.
Next.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna watch that.
Right now?
No,
We're gonna
next.
still talk.
No. See, then they're gonna gonna rip my little jugular vein out. What have I done to you lately?
Nothing, just making sure you do the show right.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Real proud of you.
Right.
And now you're producing my show. Produce your own record. And
Just get going.
Come
read
on
that
and
thing. Minute left.
that was okay. That was Dada. I hope you liked that video. So, John, you do a lot of songwriting.
Yes,
I heard that rumor.
it's true. It wasn't just a rumor, it was fact.
So, work for food. That song's really sad. Like that line, my mother took care of me till I was almost 33. Now she's gone up to heaven to see Dad. That's sad. A lot of that. I mean, a lot of that song. Is that personally or?
Yeah.
Is that personal rather? Not we,
It's-
because it's not
It's like
an adverb yet.
It's a premonition of the future I had last summer. A lot of things pertain to me personally, and also it's like you see guys all the time with the sign. You know, they're out there trying to, you know, beg for money. You know, begging for a job.
Ah.
It's kind of a shame, really. And I think a lot of people tend to think, you know, oh, those guys, you know, they're just like the wastes of the world or something, and putting it in the first person and trying to give a little dignity or something to the guy who actually will work for food because, you know, that's all he can do.
Yeah. That album's heavy, though. Hi-Fi,
It's
Sci-Fi.
the feel-good album of the year. I like to think.
I remember the tingles of joy going up through my spine as I ran around my apartment naked, lavishing in the sunlight that is Dramarama.
Sure. I get very self-conscious talking about what we're doing.
Songwriting and stuff?
Yeah.
I hear you. I mean, they're personal songs. But Hi-Fi, Sci-Fi, your other albums, you have Cinema Verite, and that's a cinema theme, and Box Office Bomb, cinema theme. You guys
You're picking it up.
have a lot of free time.
There you go.
I'm sorry, that's not...
Did you just hit
Wow.
me?
Wow.
Don't.
I saw Henry Rollins slap you around once. You don't want any more of that, do you?
The only person in your band, the only person in your band that I will allow slap me around is a man by the name of Clem Burke.
Clem Burke.
Where is he?
Where's Clem?
I
You know
told
what?
you he
You guys
wouldn't
come
show.
on,
I
and I
told
was
you
hoping.
he wouldn't
oh.
show.
No, Clem has a lifetime laminate to come on this
The
show.
guy would never come on
Where-
the show.
I guess I heard my cue.
Clem Burke!
There he
Oh,
is.
let's hug.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Clem Burke.
It's Clem, the drummer. Can we talk about Clem? Oh, you
Sure.
just waved to anything
Okay.
that's got a red light. How are you, Clem?
Hi, Clem.
So Clem was the drummer for Blondie and Bob Dylan.
Hey, Bob.
Bob Dylan.
That's
Blondie
so
and
hot.
Bob Dylan, they're interchangeable. Just put a blonde wig on Bob or put a big nose on Debbie.
And there you go. It's been
Sorry,
done.
Bob.
Sorry, Debbie.
Woo!
Right.
Okay,
You got it.
Matthew
the sparks
Sweet.
fly when Clem comes on
No
the set,
kidding.
see?
Clem, you come out here and you just take the whole show over. You're a master
Well,
showman.
Thank you.
Matthew Sweet's new album, Altered Beast, The Ugly Truth. Thank you. That's not my fault. Oh, hello. We're sitting here spreading the blame like manure, talking to John Easdale and Chris Carter of Dramarama.
Clem left. He was very angry.
Clem got for Clem.
She really got him mad. You did it this
Well,
time.
she smacked
That
Clem,
was-
and she can smack Chris, but you shouldn't smack.
I can't hit Clem. No, it's I'm
Really
an
shouldn't.
unfair little bitch, and I should be.
Watch your language, please.
Sorry, it's a family show.
It is.
You're exactly
My
right.
kids might be watching this.
Oh, you're.
Actually, I don't think they will be, but because it's past their bedtime.
Oh, yeah. They'll be up. I have a
Sneaky
feeling.
suspicion.
So, what?
What are we doing?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say,
Nothing.
so what are we doing?
We're going to talk about his kids being up at 3 in the
What
morning.
about influences? What about Dramarama? Do you guys have any? Are there any bands that together you look at and say, "No, those guys really had a hand in the making of my porridge"?
The New York Dolls.
They were our Beatles.
You and Morrissey.
Yeah, but
Just
we
the
lived
New York Dolls.
20 miles away from them.
Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
I hear you.
Not the Hoople.
From what I understand, you guys had a couple of samples off the Jerky Boys tape.
Well, we didn't know it was called.
We don't
Jerky.
call
Before,
them Jerky
yeah, when it was still an
Boys.
underground tape, you guys took a couple of samples of that off, threw
So
it on
that-
your record
We had to take it
as
off.
producers. You
Took
took
some
the
of
use
them
that
off. We made a
license.
producer's decision, and we cut some of them. Plus, we were thinking now that somebody's got it out and selling it and has copyrighted it, that maybe we were like infringing on those copyrights. So we didn't want to. We don't want the big legal battles.
If you guys need to, I'll make you some. I'll make you some samples
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you can use.
Like what?
Real proud of you.
So we've been playing in concert in town. We played in concert in New York, and
I saw you in concert in New York at the Grand. It was a great show.
It was good. It was
Big
fun.
turnout.
And there's a chance that perhaps later this summer we'll be doing some more of that.
Touring?
Yes. So you better get ready because we may be coming to your town.
And I saw you guys. Funny story. Hold on a second. Funny story. You guys played at the K-Rock first annual sing-along in Weenie Roast, or is it Weenie Roast and Sing-Along, and played a great set to 15,000 people in the audience, totally jamming. Like I said, the Anything Anything song, they went berserk. And then John, at the end of the show, you fell off the stage, and there were rumors flying that you broke your head open. Seriously, someone said you broke your jaw off.
My chin was out to here.
Yeah, you got a big goose egg.
It was ugly.
Is that one of the craziest things that's happening on the road, or what?
It was nutty. It was just totally kooky.
We hurt our heads a lot on the road. I got a brain concussion.
That was the craziest thing
Really?
that happened.
Oh, yeah.
He was diving for a football at a rest area, and he dove right into a concrete.
Because he forgot his coat, so we had to make up a little fun time. So, because he went to go get his coat, so
Football
it's really
game.
his fault.
He dove right into this concrete abutment, and the next, like, he was like drooling and like, you know, and so we had to take him to the medical center. And when we did, our road manager Larry Tull went in, and he was.
That's the second time Larry Tull has been mentioned on this show.
He had the measles. The nurses, like, they dropped their thing. They're like, oh my God, measles. It was like the first case of measles in Iowa in 20 years, and so they quarantined us.
They quarantined us, so we couldn't leave. So I got to the hospital, and my head was better, but he had the measles. So.
Oh, I want to thank you guys for
It was
for sticking around.
Wacky
What?
road stories.
Oh, those are wacky road stories.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm glad you guys stuck around. I think we have a lot in common as far as wardrobe.
Okay. What's coming up next?
Coming up next is Radiohead.
Good.
Buzz clip from them. You
I
guys,
like that
thanks for
song.
coming by. Come by anytime. I mean that.
Tomorrow?
Sure. Radiohead's up next, followed by Speed Racer. Stick around if you can. You guys?